Hello and welcome back to the channel, and today we are going to talk about NFT in finance. You might want to call it NFT Fi. I think it's something that's growing quite a lot. I mean, the NFT ecosystem is probably worth around 30-40 billion, but the NFT finance ecosystem is worth fractions of that. And so I think this is a growing industry, and today what I wanted to do is just show you some of the different protocols that are around at the moment and some that you should keep your eye on. And for those of you who follow me on Twitter, you would have seen that I have this thread that I posted very recently, just talking about some of the different protocols that you should try out. And so today that's what we're going to do. We're going to go over 7 of the different protocols that I've talked about, and yeah, let's just jump straight into it. So if you don't follow me on Twitter, definitely follow me on Twitter. I try and post quite relatively frequently on there, usually in the form of threads, so hopefully you can learn a thing or two from there. Anyway, we'll start off with the first protocol that we're going to talk about today. It's called BendDAO. This is actually the leading market protocol at the moment. It has the largest TVL, and it kind of has that first mover advantage, and so that's why it's pretty much winning at the moment. Essentially, they have 8 different collections here, from Bored Apes to Mutant Apes to Doodles, Moonbirds, etc. And essentially, users can borrow ETH against them. So a user who has like a Bored Ape, they can go to the top, they can borrow some ETH, and essentially all they need to do is deposit that NFT into the contract, and they can borrow ETH directly in the same transaction, which is pretty good. The amount of ETH you can borrow is capped. I think it's around 40%, I believe. So yeah, you can do that directly on here, and of course, earn a yield directly there. BendDAO is doing pretty well, and it is the number one protocol at the moment. They do have some innovative features as well, such as like a down payment. Essentially, you can get a mortgage if you wanted to kind of buy one of these NFTs, so you can do that directly on BendDAO. And they do have kind of collateral listings as well, so essentially you could sell your Bored Ape or your CryptoPunk, and you can basically get 40% of that value immediately, and yeah, that's pretty good, especially if you want the liquidity. And they do have some liquidity protection measures where you do have some sort of time limit in order to pay back your loans, etc. So BendDAO pretty good. I mean, I'll be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of the interface here. I feel like there's just way too much going on. There's too many numbers and stuff everywhere here, but yeah, you can see there's some interesting stuff here. So yeah, have a look, try them out, and see how they get on. So you can see here that they've got some down payments and things like that as well directly on here. So BendDAO, definitely one of the good protocols. It's the number one protocol at the moment in this space for NFT Fi. Anyway, without further ado, let's move on to number 2, JPEG'd. This is a really interesting one. I like JPEG'd quite a lot, actually. I do have some concerns regarding tokenomics behind the JPEG token. We'll get onto that later, but essentially, let's head to the protocol. Essentially, what a user could do is they can take their NFT. So here we've got a variety of different CryptoPunks. They can take their NFT and they can mint some of these CDPs, so PUSD and PETH, which are essentially derivatives, and you can mint them directly from providing these as collateral, these NFTs as collateral. So PETH and PUSD, there are some curve pools that enable it to be swapped for ETH and for any of the other stable coins around. So yeah, you can see some of these loans are a little bit on the riskier side. These are just what other users have kind of put in place at the moment, and you can see the amount of debt, etc. as well. So all you need to do is connect your wallet, and boom, you can basically do the same thing as well. They do have some interesting things here where you can, so this is what I was talking about, the PETH, ETH, they've got some LPs available, and if I click deposit, this goes directly onto Curve. You can add some Curve rewards here, same with PUSD. They have some interesting things to earn yield on your JPEG, the actual governance token here. They have some bonding systems here as well, where you can essentially deposit convex and receive discounted JPEG tokens in return. JPEG are one of the largest holders of convex, and so they can get a lot of governance power, and obviously use that to basically increase the rewards from PETH and PUSD so that they're more attractive, and therefore more people are likely to come to this platform and kind of borrow dollars against their NFTs. What do they have available? Well, they've got CryptoPunks, Bored Apes, Doodles, you know, the usual stuff, but they do have like Pudgy Penguins, and Fidenzas as well, and Autoglyphs. So some of the kind of artistic stuff as well, which is pretty good. You can see here that there is a user who's got his Fidenza around $150,000 in value, and you know, they can borrow a fair amount. So this person's got 40 ETH of outstanding debt still to pay. I think JPEG is a good protocol. I do like it, but you know, remains to be seen regarding tokenomics, because really we need to just get some more use cases for the JPEG token. But you know, overall, I think it's definitely one that I'm certainly interested in. They do offer some boosts as well that can increase your TVL, or increase your loan to value ratio, I should say. One of them is called a cigarette boost, so you can get all different kinds of boosts to basically increase that as well. The interest rates for the two tokens that you're basically minting, PETH is at a 5% and PUSD is at a 2%. So these are quite cheap loans actually. They're not very expensive, but you can kind of see why users like to use it. So yeah, that's JPEG for you. Again, I think it's a very interesting one, and hopefully in future they have some more features. The third protocol that we're going to talk about is called NFT Fi. This allows users to list NFTs, and basically another user can come along. Let's have a look at this picture. So your borrower can list an NFT, a lender can make an offer, and the borrower can accept the offer. And so, you know, this is a picture that I just saw before. You know, imagine you've got an NFT here, you can list it, and then someone like myself or you can come up to this platform, decide however long they want to borrow this for, and give an offer, and the lender can basically accept it or not. So you can go to NFT Fi, you can see everything on here. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of this user experience. I've found that the website is quite laggy at times, but you know, you can use it. Let's say if I want to click Alien Friends, you know, they should come up eventually on here. So there isn't any available just yet, but yeah, you can go on here, you can borrow a variety of different NFTs. There's so many different collections that they have here, which is a good thing. So if you want some more variety, you know, the first two protocols that we talked about, there wasn't too much variety there, but if you want some more variety, head over to NFT Fi and you can have a play around there. Fourth one, a very, very interesting one. It's called NFT Perp. It's built on Arbitrum, and essentially it allows a user to go long or short. Essentially, it's a perpetual exchange. You can go long or short on, you know, some of your favorite NFTs. So again, we've got the same sort of ones: Bored Apes, Mutant Apes, Punks. We've got Azuki here as well, and a few others. They are going to have some more as well in future, but essentially, yeah, you just provide some collateral in the form of wrapped ETH, and you can basically go leverage long on some of your favorite NFT collections. So, you know, for example, if I want to go long on Bored Ape Yacht Club, again, all I need to do is enter an amount of Ethereum. Of course, one Ethereum is not going to get you much of a Bored Ape, considering that the floor price is 67 ETH, so you're going to need 67. And you can basically get yourself one. But the interesting thing is you can use leverage here. So I can leverage, you know, up to 10x, and essentially that 67 ETH gets me exposure to 10 Bored Ape Yacht Clubs. And you know, so if you're bullish on price action, this must be, this will be a very good one. Unfortunately, there isn't enough liquidity here to be able to really facilitate doing something like this. You know, we can see here there's quite a big price impact here, and quite a big transaction fee as well, so probably not able to do something as big as this, but you know, something small you can definitely do. You know, let's say if you've got one ETH here, you know, you can definitely do that, and you can see your liquidation prices and things like that here. So definitely an interesting one for sure, and I definitely will be keeping a close eye on this. There's no token at the moment. This is in private beta as well, so please, everything's at your own risk here. It's very, very new. So that's NFT Perp. We're next going to talk about Insert Finance. Again, this isn't launched just yet. This is well, it kind of is, but it's relatively new. This shard vault is brand new actually. This wasn't even here an hour ago, so I believe this is brand new. Essentially, this is fractional NFT spot exposure combined with passive yield farming, as it says on screen. So essentially what they do is they open up these vaults. So shard one, they've got a CryptoPunk here, and essentially users like you and me, we go to this platform, we deposit some ETH. Now 100 of these shards make up one of these CryptoPunks. So it's a fractional NFT. And now what happens is that Insert Finance will collateralize that NFT, and with the ETH that they get from that, they'll use them in various different yield strategies, and that passive income will come back to you as the shard owner. So yeah, they've got the shard vault 2 open at the moment. I can go to the vault. I'll have to obviously connect with my wallet. So this ends in 35 minutes. But yeah, essentially deposit some ETH into the vault. The vault will buy up the NFT. The NFT is divided into shards, and the user, you know, that owns that shard can obviously trade it on the open market. What happens is the NFT is actually collateralized, and those funds are used to farm, and that yield is distributed to the shard holders. So, you know, over time you will earn some passive income here by owning a partial aspect of this specific Bored Ape. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. I really love the interface that we have here, very professional looking. So yeah, you can see here that each shard costs 0.15 ETH, and of course that does mean that once it fills to 500, that will probably be around the cost of that specific Bored Ape. So this is Insert Finance. Like I said, this is still fairly new. The shard vaults have only just launched, so I'm really interested to see over time how this develops and how they add some of these different strategies. Some of them I hope are quite complex and unique and kind of offer some very good yields. So I'm really looking forward to see what Insert Finance can do. Very interesting way of extracting value from NFTs. So let's see how they get on. The next one is Drops NFT. So Drops NFT is essentially a money market. It looks very similar to some of the DeFi money markets that we are familiar with. And essentially they offer a variety of different categories. So they've got this ocean pool, a lake pool, sea pool, an art blocks pool. These are essentially different NFT categories in terms of risk. And you can just click on one. So if I select this one, it'll have a supply side and a borrow side, and essentially what you can do is you can supply some of your NFTs here, and you can borrow stables or ETH against them. As simple as that, really. It's just a simple money market, and because of just how easy it is, I think it's really cool. They offer one-click financing. They do have some VE tokenomics and gauges as well, so something that I'll definitely be keeping an eye out. But yeah, that's Drops NFT. And the last one is called Astaria. This is actually created by Justin Bram. He is a crypto YouTuber, so definitely check his content out as well. And essentially they've got a new product that isn't launched just yet. It's actually just activating launch sequence. And they have this thing called the 3-actor model, essentially having a liquidity provider and a borrower, but also having a strategist who will basically create the vault and define the terms of those specific loans. So I'm interested to see how this develops and see kind of the financial impact behind some of the NFTs that they offer. So we'll have to wait and see how that comes. It's still in development at the time being. It's not launched just yet. So overall, you know, NFT finance looks pretty interesting. You know, we talked about a few different products here. We talked about BentDAO, JPEG, NFT Fi, NFT Perp, Insert Finance, Drops NFT, and Astaria. Of course, let's see how they get on over time. It's something that I'm going to be following up very closely. And if you guys want a specific video going in depth on any of the specific apps that we talked about today, just drop a comment down below and we can do so. Lastly, I'll just mention there's a very, very good article written by 563's, someone that I follow on Twitter, so I definitely recommend you give him a follow as well. Essentially, this gentleman's written about some of the different plays for NFT exposure in 2023 and 2024. It's quite a long one, but it does go in a lot of depth regarding some of the different things going on in the NFT finance space with BentDAO. Goes over the tokenomics as well. Some really, really in-depth stuff here. JPEG as well, and kind of talks about their ownership of Convex and some of the different collections that are on each of them, and then goes over different categories as well, like NFT exchanges, and what else does he mention? NFTX, so basically plays for exposure as well. So I think this is a really, really, really good thread or article, I should say. go check out 563. I'll leave a link to this in the description below. Highly recommend it. So yeah, that's all I've got for you today. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. We covered a lot about NFT finance today. We'll probably will do some more videos on this in the future as well, so stay tuned for that. But that's all I've got for you today. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and of course, I'll be back with another video soon.